A man in the country illegally was sentenced to 7 years in prison this week for sex trafficking. It involved as many as 250 women here in Milwaukee.
Our Tom Durian in the Digital Media Center tonight with more on this sentence. Tom.
Yeah, Carol, Steve, we posted this story late this afternoon on our website and on our Facebook page, and it quickly became one of the most read stories on our site. And a lot of you were commenting, particularly on the 7-year sentence. Many of you felt that it was too light. Some of you saying this was a ridiculously short sentence. Another said it was a slap on the hand. And finally, one person called this sentence a disgrace and disgusting. So we decided to ask the U.S. Attorney's Office about this. This is the man the U.S. Attorney's Office says trafficked as many as 250 women for prostitution through a brothel on the south side of Milwaukee. Prosecutors say Jose Facio Santos would transport women to and from the city, bringing in new women every week. And when he did, he'd send a suggestive image of the woman via a text blast to his customer base. Facio Santos was arrested late last year and faced several charges. His original indictment of 8 counts included 3 counts of drug trafficking, 3 counts of firearms violations and trafficking, and 2 counts of human trafficking for prostitution. After more than a year in the court system, Facio Santos pled guilty to 1 count each of drugs, firearms, and human trafficking in a plea deal. Prosecutors said a sentence of 12 years in prison is a fair and reasonable sentence for Facio Santos. During sentencing, Judge Lynn Edelman said a fairly significant sentence was necessary, adding Facio Santos preyed on vulnerable people. Ultimately, the judge sentenced Facio Santos to 7 years in prison and immediate deportation from the U.S. after his sentence. So federal prosecutors had argued for that longer sentence because they said much of the conduct, including that big number of 250 women, wasn't included in the original charges. Now, Facio Santos has been deported once before. That happened back in 2010, but he immediately re-entered the country when he could. We were not able to reach that judge that made the decision on sentencing today. Reporting live in the newsroom in the Digital Media Center, Tom Durian, today's TMJ4.